So LA is a ridiculous place in general. I would love to hear, as an outsider, someone who came across from overseas, what is your favorite, most ridiculous part about the LA kind of VIP scene?
Well, it didn't begin VIP for me. The first time I ever went to Los Angeles was to interview porn stars for a very short-lived 2-part British TV show. It was on Sky TV, owned by Rupert Murdoch. And what they'd done, Rupert, I don't know if he personally had got hold of these, but someone had got hold of some porn outtakes and bloopers. You know, like you see these shows where like they show clips from behind the scenes of, an actor not being able to get through the door. And this was the same, except they were naked with erections. And they thought, we can make a 2-part TV show out of this. And they phoned Rupert Murdoch. He was like, definitely. And so my friend was working on the show, and I was in my early 20s, and they said, we need someone to go to Los Angeles to interview porn stars to sort of fill out this hour of TV. And so, yeah, I got given this job on a Friday, and on Monday I was in Vivid Entertainment, which is one of the bigger porn companies. And I was interviewing a girl called Devon. And Devon, if you're not aware, is a region in the southwest of England that a lot of people spend time holidaying in. And so at one point I said to Devon, I've spent a lot of time in Devon. I imagine there's a lot of guys around here who can say the same thing. And no idea, absolutely no idea what I was talking about. I met Ron Jeremy. And then I remember I went to a house, I don't know how X-rated I can get, I'll try and keep it clean, but I went to a house that was lived in by a porn actress and her husband. He was a former NASA scientist. I don't know how they'd met. I don't know what kind of like NASA porn mixer they were at. But every evening at 7 o'clock, she would go online to her fans. There was webcams all over the house, and she would talk to her fans, and they would ask her, questions. And then she would perform some kind of, porno activity with her husband or anyone else who called in, from the business. Not like the postman or the FedEx guy, but, And so I was sat there, my camera team were filming me, and she was online, and I was sat next to her. And all these people, porn enthusiasts, started saying, who's this loser with the glasses? I want to look at him. And she was saying, oh, he's a journalist, like I was a journalist, but... He's some interviewer from England, and they said, we don't want to see that four-eyed English, And suddenly her husband appeared, and kind of they started making out, and they disappeared upstairs. And I was now just sat in their living room, like, not sure what's going on. I wasn't sure if like the perverts were still watching me on the webcam. And eventually the husband appeared from upstairs, and he just went, are you coming up? Right. Is it rude to not go up at that moment? So we went upstairs. I'll keep it vague, but there were various eroticisms taking place. And at one point, the husband handed me the camera and said, I'm going to jump in. And now, I'm in a bedroom holding a camera that's streaming live on the web of some people. And I think making love is too poetic a term. And I realized now I'm a pornographer. Now I've just become a pornographer. And I was holding this camera, and then I remembered all these guys who'd been insulting me. So I just pointed the camera at the wall. So I don't know what premium prices they were paying, but they just got 20 minutes of noises and like the side of a wardrobe. And that was my first experience of LA. And It's never been that sexy or erotic since.